Oh, of course, my Chrome
Okie
breaks.
dokie.
Oh, jeez.
I've gonna start the stream. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Chronicles of
Hey.
Lorei'an. It's been a few weeks, but here we are. We're back together again. We're down a Goth today because his power is out. But regardless, we have a small little intro video that I'd
What
like
do we
to.
call our audience?
That is a good question.
We just call him Dad because
Dad!
more dads out there. What's up, Dad?
Hey, Dad!
How we doing?
Is he in the stream?
Okay. So I'll go ahead and go into the screen here and get us played. Alright, so this is the voiced character introductions that everybody has been
If I'm
working
honest, I don't really have a name. The elves call me Ness or Nay, or Sapling in your woods. Ness is fine, because it's a lot of words otherwise. We didn't really need names in the tribe, other than Marlowe for friend, or Amal for mother. The last thing I remember of my mother was her pressing this into my hand and pushing me into the river. I didn't really realise it at the time, but she was saving 2 lives. The river carried me away and kept me safe, me and the thing in my hand. All I knew was the river, the moonlight, and the screams. And when I got home again, all I saw was black ash and rot. I knew why she did it. I wasn't supposed to have this. Anna was meant to be the next Amal. Maybe she'd have known what to do with the seed of a tree that's older than my mother's mother's mother. And the thing I carry, I know it's a person, though I don't know her name, and I've never seen her face. I know she relies on me. I think I'm the only one left. So we have each other, and since I met Xavier in the Penth in the place where the elves sing stones into buildings in the sky, I have the Nosse Ambar too. So now I'm a leaf that's blown on the wind. I go where she calls, and wherever I settle, or fall, maybe something will grow.
Oh, you're still alive? Good for you. From birth, I was sculpted into the perfect vessel for the reincarnation of the Raven Queen. This was the destiny that my parents had chosen for me. However, as a big supporter of free will, I ran. I ran and ran for a long, long time. Her creatures pursued me at every stop. Every moment I took to breathe, they took to sink their claws deeper in my back. When I decided to stop running, when I killed the shadows that followed me, I received these tattoos as a brand. They are my story, my life, and her special little way of saying see you soon. It's not all bad though. I get to hear music again. I've sailed on the ocean. I met some good people, a new family, new friends. I have new purpose, people that I need to protect. I feel alive again. I've been called monster. I've been called demon. More recently, Memento Mori. I have no qualms with monster. And if you think me a demon, trust me when I say that, to save the people I love, I would go to the depths of hell. My name is Nepenthe Erdu. Destiny is what we make of it.
Dear Miss Ronak's Melodies, please provide the following information via the sending stone that we've provided. When doing so, please be sure to note out all the contents of this letter so that the record can be played back with the utmost accuracy. Thank you. Sincerely, St. Claudius Graduate Association. Full name: Ronax Linverno Melodies. Age: I am 23 years old and was adopted by Olam and Lena Melodies. Garb that you will be attending your graduation in: elegant leathers and a full corset atop a simple white blouse, presenting some of the fine craftsmanship of Thessalia, along with custom-made shoes and a coat that has been passed down in my family for the last 6 generations. Height and weight, so that you may be fitted for cap and gown. Oh, goodness. 6'4" and 220 pounds. A brief description of the invention you shall be presenting at the time of your graduation. A handheld Magitech-like cannon device that will send projectiles of varying potency out in a rapid manner that will hopefully aid in incapacitating those who would be hostile to our legion. A brief description of who will be sponsoring your graduation. My teacher, Provost Lorei'an Hippolytos, Master of Arcane Technology. Something of note you have done for your country pre-graduation. I intend to be delivering a parcel for one Lorei'an Hippolytos to the capital of Ryfield. Future goals you intend to do with your diploma once you receive it, outside of work. I intend to create inventions that will allow our military to be able to better protect and serve the great country of Thessalia, without the immediate aid of our legion in the front lines, thus allowing for the increased security for the outskirts of our homeland. I also intend to study further on and make use of the learning opportunities I have been given here to research the leading theory of realm shatter, and perhaps learn why it occurred and how we might best prevent such a catastrophic event in the future. Learning one's past is how we may best prevent the same from happening to our present. Occupation post-graduation and how it can bring pride to Thessalia. My occupation will be an official battlesmith artificer of Provost Lorei'an Hippolytos. Directly under him, I hope to make the inventions of our great homeland known to all, far and wide, and perhaps improve the lives of many by bringing safety and happiness to less privileged countries with our technological prowess. Thus concludes my official graduate application form. If there is anything at all I have missed, please feel free to contact me. Ronax Linverno Melodies. Thank you.
I, Amabilis Whitepool, accept your condition of training in the hands of our respected clan mother. Charlotte, please treat me well and provide me your utmost knowledge to further assist and help me improve the lives of healers and gnomes of Saracel Dukedom. Krase. All my life, I've lived through the expectations of my family and people without having an ounce of my own. But today, I am not going to. I've learned a lot throughout the years, discovered what's unreal. I will fight. I will fight for whatever that will make it right. Just as Rowanberry said, if you fear for what's to come, you regret the days that you did not accomplish whatever one wants. I believe that one day I will find him and bring back justice to my people.
For as long as I can remember, I've known nothing but the inside walls of the elven estate that's made up my prison. Stuck within my tower, I watched the stars, read my books, and dreamt of the world that I had heard so much about. Living as the son of an arrogant elven aristocrat intent upon restoring himself to some former glory, the standards and expectations set upon me from my earliest memories have been all but impossible to meet. Still, day after day, year after year, for only the gods know how long, I've spent my time seeking perfection in my father's name. Following the path of the Blade Singers, an ancient manipulation of magics known only to the elves, my training started before I could even walk. Beneath the master swordsman Corvain Haranel, I learned how to take a beating. After a while, I learned how to stop one. Every time he knocked me down, I'd get back up. For what? I didn't know until the day a letter arrived at my windowsill. The key to the shackles of my monotonous life. Since the day of my escape, I have finally known what it means to live, and I have no intention of giving that up.
Woo!
Yeah! Yeah. That's so
Yay!
good! So good! Thank you, everybody. We're still waiting on Goffs. Akil is being secretive as always. But hopefully by next week we'll have that. And I'll like kind of
his character.
yeah. I'll go in there and I'll add like some floating text with where like important lines matter or something. I can touch that up a little bit more, I think. Thank you everybody so much for submitting those to me. It looks amazing with the character art and the music and all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, good job, buddy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Awesome. And those of you who are like, oh hey, I'm a terrible voice actor. You know who you are. Rubbish. That was fantastic.
It was. Thank you so much.
No,
So
you are. Thank you.
we'll now have that playing during break and before a session starts when I'm setting up the stream and everything. So yeah, thank you everybody so much. And now the character art portraits should also be looping properly in the stream as well. So we have that. Now, without further ado, we shall jump back into today morning's game.
Now,
Game that is currently occurring.
Of Chronicles of Lorei'an.
Yeah, Ratty, just to clarify, you mean this game that's happening right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yes, the
what is
game
this?
that is being played right now.
Tomorrow?
Today. Welcome back to Chronicles of
okay.
Lorei'an, where kings are put on thrones, giant sea monsters are slayed, and friends are said goodbye to. We pick up back from our 2-week break as the ship of the late Tiber, our so-called Azura hero of the Azuran Coast, partner to Kyrie, the Storm Tempest, sailing through the evening winds, late afternoon, my apologies, of the Oceanus Terrarum is where we pick up today. 1 week after the events that had transpired in the city of Almeria, Lys. Following the events that befell Almeria Lys and the slaying of the Leviathan that had invaded its waters, you now sail late afternoon orange sky on the horizon with strong winds pulling taut against the sails. And I guess I should also give you the good news is that I have gone over and finalized the rewards that have been given to you from the royal treasury of Almeria Lys. So, add to your inventories a total, so this still has to be divided among the 6 of you, but a total of gems and gold coins worth 9,500 gold pieces.
Whoa.
From the royal treasury, divided by 6. That should land at about 2,000-ish each.
Yeah, it's a lot of shiny glass.
1,583.
So just treasure chests and troves and bags filled with jewelry, gold coins that you can in turn sell this off at local towns or use for trade. Including all sorts of jewelries from obsidian to turquoise to pearl to rock quartz, to rock crystals to white quartz, all filled the under deck of the Ventus Ferrum. Along with this, a selection of fine magical items have also been given to you, including a shield that is made of a bluish metal, serving
We keep
as
finding shields, but none of us use them.
this is a +1 shield for the purposes of this. Also given to you is a very beautiful ruby necklace that serves as an amulet of health. And lastly, two more things. Given from Darian and Darius, the two brothers of your former companion Davos, is given to you a decanter of endless water. And forged by some of the finest Triton smiths of Almeria Lys is a replicate of the armor that Tiber wore. A beautiful breastplate made in the Thessalian design, influenced somewhat by Almeria Lysian own influences and blacksmithy techniques crafted into, is an a breastplate armor of resistance that you can go ahead and add to your treasury there.
Of what resistance?
Of resistance. You get to pick. Is it the player gets to pick or the DM gets to pick the
Your
type?
DM.
It's a breastplate armor of piercing.
Thunder or lightning would make sense.
Thunder or lightning.
Oh, okay.
Actually. You know what? Yeah, lightning. Let's go with thunder resistance. Yeah, that is good feedback. Yeah. I must have misread the item description that says the player is allowed to pick a type of damage as they attune to the armor. But there you go, is the loot that has been given to you upon slaying the giant Leviathan that has inhabited the city walls.
We can use one of these things.
Okay.
I have a feeling that someone at some point would have tried to give the shield to Ness, and he's like, "Why would I need a new shield?"
These you can also use to sell or take down and disenchant. Yeah.
Can I attempt to swap enchantments on things?
Possible? What are you attempting?
To move that enchantment over to Ness's +1 shield, or his own shield to give him a +1. Or give him that thunder resistance, try to move that to his mithril. I don't know.
We'll see about that. That is definitely within my realm of interest right there.
Wizard shit, yo.
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to like get him new armor, to like put new armor on him when the previous one already works. Let's talk about that during break. Actually, transferring. Yeah, let's talk about that during break. Cool.
As a player, I think players in general usually tend to like keeping their shit.
Yeah, and
but then you get new shit and you're like, but I want the new stuff.
Between you and Ronax, you shouldn't have any problems doing that. Yeah. Cool. Let me update you on the situation aboard the deck the past few days. Your, I guess, stowaway, Ify Quick Palms, he has been keeping to himself mostly for the past few days, trying not to get, shot in the back of the head. And so he has gone ahead and set himself up a hammock, kind of on the back end of the ship. And he has barely spoken a word to anybody.
I would have talked to him.
Okay.
Although perhaps he's a little bit afraid of me.
He doesn't engage in conversation, though. If you approach him, he is happy to talk with you. And though he makes up for the lack of action with laziness, as in he doesn't help out, he doesn't really do anything apart from hang back and just watch things happen. You make your way, nearing Nord's Crossing. I've gone ahead and put the pin down on the map in Roll20 for you. Which is a large riverway that connects the ocean of the Azuran coast into the inland river of Viveris, where...
Yeah, Razi, we're not on the home screen, by the way. At the
you're
moment.
not?
Well,
Okay.
by the way. We're on the picture of the ocean.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Today is the 21st of Perrier. 1 week after. And so we now pick back up as the new captain of the ship, our Nepenthe Urdu, at the wheel of the ship, currently steering westwards back to shore. The last few days of sailing has been met with fair weather and safe passage, without doubt influenced by the abilities of some great elemental ally that you had made. So, Naseamba, what are you doing in this kind of crashing late afternoon summer day?
Is my shift over yet? I feel like you make my shift so much longer, and I don't think that's fair.
Sweat more when you're safe, bleed less when you're in danger.
Marvelous is sleeping with her belly open. Sorry.
Oh.
on a pile of gold.
Isn't the safety part not meant for sweating? Usually the safety part's not meant for sweating.
Just pull your ropes, Xavier.
Just for as a point, what have you gone and done with the straw hat that was once Tiber's?
I'm wearing it.
You're wearing it, okay.
Oh.
Damn the aesthetic, I have
Yeah,
to wear it.
totally goes against the rest of her design, but she is wearing it.
So I like to think that Ness is up in the rigging going, do I pull on the left one or the right one?
I left, but wait, are we
that's-
talking his
that's-
left or our left?
Yeah, well, this hand or this hand. Wait, that doesn't help, does it?
First one.
First.
Oh,
It creaks horribly in the wind.
No. The other one.
At which point, Snowfeather, who is getting bigger and bigger every day, like lands on the what do you call the crosspiece of the sail?
The rigging?
Whatever. Lands on there, and the whole thing goes.
no, Feather, down. I told you to stay down.
She goes and like hangs on to that piece of wood, looking down at you with a very what's the word, like playful look. She looks,
Yeah. Oh, do what Auntie Nepenthe says, Chris, because you're not getting a little bit big for that piece of wood.
Okay, she can technically understand what you say, so she lets go, and she, instead of like dropping down, instead spreads her forearms out and glides, and comes back and lands in front of you.
I think we're just fumbling our way through running this boat. It's
been
almost immediately tearing it apart.
It's been a bit of a journey.
Yeah, like how long? I had like a week's education on how to like sail a boat.
Yeah,
We're barely getting by.
I mean, seems to be working so far.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense after a while. It's gotta.
Yeah, it took Ness a while to figure out the difference between a mast and a tree, but he's got it down now. The gloves help.
Xavier knows what to do, but he's just too weak to actually do any of it.
So, Ronax, what are you doing this afternoon?
I was thinking that I was going to finish up, you know what?
Okay. Have you rolled and expended the all of the materials required?
We hadn't. I hadn't really gotten with you about that. I would have started it.
Why don't you?
I would have been doing that while I was doing research.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and make me 3 Tinker's tools checks?
Can I make them with advantage?
Are you well? Since we're saying you're taking your time to very carefully go through, and you do have your own workspace aboard the ship, so I will say yeah, you do. You get these with advantage. 16, 10, and 14.
Oh, I thought I was rolling with advantage.
Oh,
The first one was
21, 10, and 14. Yeah, you make very good progress on the new project. However, one last part seems to be bugging you, which is the sort of chamber in which the power increase happens, and you spend some time with it. It's a completely new design, and so on the sort of middle portion of the assembly, you fumble just ever so slightly, not enough to cause any damage, but you're confident that perhaps with another day of work, you can go at it again tonight during the long rest if you want. But it is very near completion.
Okay. And I've already finished Firebrand. I've already finished
Yes,
like
that
kind
is
of
that is
upgrading.
done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think at this juncture she would leave Vorax down there, if he could even fit down there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question. That you get double your proficiency bonus for any tool check.
Do you? As an artificer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Heart of the Artifice or something, Soul of the Artificer, some ability like that.
Why don't
I
you
just don't know
double
if
check
I
for
have
me?
that right now. Yeah, I'm gonna
Unless you're using like an old version.
No, we
updated
upgraded
it.
to Talfiz.
But yeah, as you're doing that, the late afternoon progresses, and you hear the sound of faint music from the back of the ship as you have become accustomed to Ify pulling out this sort of sea conch type instrument, and he has been playing on it for the better part of the past 5 or 6 days.
Is it good or is it terrible?
It's alright, it's a par.
It's all right.
Yeah.
What did you say? What did you say the instrument was again?
It's like this an ocarina that he has fashioned from a conch shell.
You see, that's smart. That if you're going to be on the sea, then you should bring an instrument that you can carry. Because I started, but you know I can't really bring the big string thing on board the ship.
You are correct.
Oh, you get double
We can
your
probably get
proficiency.
that out of the. We can probably get that out of the portable hole. That's if you want. I don't know how well you can play it on the sea, but it's in there.
Amir, have we worked out the stats for the new, like the damage dice and everything?
I think we talked about it, yeah.
Okay. For the purposes of this, I will say, since that feature is now a thing, your project has come to a satisfactory finish. However, to get it to fully function, you need to spend some more time finishing up the details.
Okay.
Narratively speaking, it's just in truth, you and I just need to work out the damage numbers on it, which we can do during break. No problem. While you do that at your table, I'm actually gonna need you to roll a perception check for me.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
16. Now, you're someone who is usually very particular with the arrangement of the things on your table. You, even to the slightest detail, everything has to be kept relatively in order. You notice that some of the empty pieces of paper has been as if someone had come and trifled through. That's all you notice.
Gonna take a moment and look around just to double check that I didn't just drop anything.
You're fairly confident you're not clumsy by any means. And Rona and Vorax was left there guarding the space almost 24/7. So it's difficult to believe that somebody would have come in here and gone through your stuff. Nothing is missing though.
All right. I will allow it for now. I pick up one of the papers off of the off of the desk, the little makeshift desk, and head upstairs. Amabilis, Nepenthe.
Yep.
I was considering if you would take a moment to go over something with me. I was considering, given recent events, that perhaps a separate ranged option might be available to you both. And is Annabelle still sleeping?
She probably woke up because she heard your call, but she's like,
Ronax goes over to Amabelis and kind of sits down next to her and motions for Nepenthe to come over. And shows you both a rather detailed schematic of one interesting looking weapon. Well, two interesting looking weapons, rather. One of these is specifically designed for you, Nepenthe, and one of them is specifically designed for you, Amabilis. The smaller one for you, Amabilis, and the larger one for you, Nepenthe. The top one is designed to fire a spray of projectiles in a small cone in front of you, and the bottom one is a bit closer range, but should be able to pack quite a punch. If you're interested in these such things, then I might be able to provide them, given the time and the materials. We will need to get back to land first.
You design these for us?
I felt that they might be, though a bit unnecessary, if we are in another situation as we were, where we were underwater. They might not work, but ranged options can never be too... You understand what I'm saying, right?
You said that one, and she points at the bottom one, the closer range. You said that one packs a punch, right?
This one is smaller, but packs a punch. I designed this one for Amabilis so that, because these things tend to give off a bit of kick, you know. The top one is it's a bit of a two-hander, but I feel as if this might be more suited for you.
Amabilis' pupil widens as she slowly walks over to Ronax and give her a small hug on her leg.
Little puff of fur, like itself onto your right leg.
Just for clarification, the top one's a shotgun and the bottom one's like a little. I keep wanting to call it like a whistling birdie from... I don't remember what that little
Lorei'an?
No. From a... I don't know why I want to call it that, but from a... Men in Black, the little gun.
So before you, the both of you, are these two very intricately drawn designs on parchment sheets of designs. Ronax's artistic skills in this regard are put on full display as you see before you. The design of two firearms, one similar to Firebrand but much larger and double-barreled, and the other one is a smaller looking like pistol that you would be able to pull out and use at any time.
I would be honored.
We've given up stealth as an option.
It was never an option.
Oh, I seem to have gotten a donation. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Whoa!
Our first donation!
Let's go!
Thank you so much!
I usually don't point this out midstream, but thank you so much. I'll do a quick shout out at the end of the session. Thank you so much. Okay, you are our first donator. Yeah. Okay, continue on. Please.
So once, if you're both very keen on the idea, then I can begin to finalize the designs, and they should be done within a few weeks' time after we get back to land. Do some trading.
Okay.
I've been saving up, and we've got plenty in the hull, so anything you need.
You can see that Ronax has... she's trying to hide it, but she is very happy that that you both seem keen on the idea.
Oh, Nabenda's excited and not hiding it.
Just wide grins everywhere. Okay.
Thank you, Ronex.
She turns. She puts the paper down on the boat, and turns to Amabella's and just picks her up and hugs her. Has anybody ever told you that you're very soft?
No.
You are delightfully soft.
Thank you again.
No problem.
And she slowly falls asleep on Ronex.
Okay, send me off. My heart.
This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
We have reached peak of Amalus. The afternoon progresses a few more hours and the sun begins to set beneath the horizon. As you go about making your businesses, some of you make food, some of you prepare for the evening's rest, and ready your ships. Xavier,
Sup, babe?
Hi, babe. So you're walking along the deck of the ship, enjoying the evening air. When all of a sudden you hear kind of a soft hum from inside your backpack, and a faint glow. As soon as that happens, Immitus, in his jewelry box
What'd you
form,
do? Oh no, buddy.
spits out the sending stone that has been offered to you by the College of Ashes, filled with drippy saliva into your hand.
Oh.
You hear a voice come through from the other end, the aged, very calm, collected voice of Master Lawkeeper Io speaks through from the other end. Dustcloak Xavier, it has been a few weeks. If you would, please notify us of the progress of your investigations in the Azuran Coast and in Reuben Ridge. That's all he says.
Yes, sir. Hello? Is this? Yeah, hello.
It is working, Dustcloak Xavier.
Yes, this is Dustcloak Xavier. We are on the Azuran Coast, making our way back to shore. Now, Pants, we're going to the shore, right? We had two routes. We didn't really say which one we wanted.
Yeah, I was gonna actually mention that earlier. Is we talked about which way we were going? And
you from what I understood, you finalized on going, not stopping at the fishing village and instead making your way past and into Nord's Crossing. And so
Scratch that, not the coast, not the coast.
You're going by ship into the river that connects into the oasis, instead of going by horse. Your horses are still at Lorei'an, being taken care of by the villagers and Sir Fishington.
Okay, that's cool with everybody. Just checking.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I have learned how to sail a boat. You don't care about that. The sea creatures and their fleeing, which was what we were sent to observe, was seemingly a part of me trying to remember a month lore from a month ago. Seemingly a part of the emergence of a creature. I think he was called a Leviathan. We didn't really name him. It was a big water tornado.
Name him.
You hear.
I think
hear the voice
Leviathan.
come
It
through.
really works.
Hear the voice
You know,
comes
if I
back.
feel like,
Go ahead.
if I were personally to name He's probably just talking over him on accident.
You hear like Lawkeeper Io trying to speak over your rambling, and it's
like a Zoom call.
Yeah, he sounds kind of frustrated towards the end. He says, "If you would please keep your reports concise and keep the informal lingo out of our formal businesses. We are here for the recording of truths and events."
Yes, of course. The aforementioned Leviathan, aptly named by myself, is... and then he just goes off and explains the rest of what happened.
Okay. The College of Ashes takes note of your valiant efforts in Almeria Lease. And
and you can tell the bishop that I have memories of it all, and I can show him with my mind when I meet him again.
That will be good. For painting as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, you report and finalize the final parts of your valiant efforts down in Almeria, leads back to your college. And so it would seem the events of the underwater exploration and adventure has now finally come to a close and ready to move on to the next leg of the journey, the excavation of the ruins that had been recently uncovered in Ruben Ridge.
I pocket the stone. I pocket the stone, clap my hands, go, that went well.
Imitus, like almost like a toad, like that's eating up a fly, sticks his tongue out and wraps the stone around it and swallows it back in his own mouth.
I will continue what I was doing, which was probably heading to Ness.
Okay.
And walk up to him and be like, "Hey, Ness."
Can I be playing with the decanter of endless water?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm like, Salume. Where does the water come from?
I was gonna check what that does, but I think I understand now.
Snowfeather keeps trying to drink from it and then gets confused when it stops.
Speaking of magic stuff, I was looking at this thingy.
Yeah.
Hold up like a ruby necklace.
Yeah.
And
he's okay. I've already got a necklace.
Oh crap! That's right. It ruins your aesthetic. Oh no.
Wait, yeah, that's right.
Aesthetic is like your visual look.
Right. It's fine. I doesn't need that. I can see fine.
Wait. No. The way in which you look. Wait. The way in which you visually look, not the way that you look. There are too many words that have multiple uses. It makes teaching the common tongue so confusing.
I will say the funny thing is, giant isn't like that. Giant is like much more straightforward. I get a bit confused with common language.
Yeah, it's like your armor is your aesthetic, right? It's like what you wear and look like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what this is. Well, it's less for the aesthetic, more for not dying.
Yeah.
You know how you like protecting people?
Yeah.
Yeah. This lets you do that more.
Right then. I'm still confused.
Put this on. I can probably adjust it later into like a bracelet.
Really? Oh yeah, that feels weird.
It just gets jacked.
It's kind of like, yeah. Yeah, I just feel like kind of healthier. But I feel like I doesn't necessarily need this. No. So I feel like this would help. I think Ronax and maybe Liz or it does.
Ronax!
And it's a nice color for Ronax.
That's true. If we're going based off purely on visuals, that works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ronax!
Yeah, you should try this out.
Do you want to die less?
I didn't realize that I was in the process of dying often, but I suppose I'm not going to complain about dying. What are you talking about?
Well, you could have this necklace with the gem in it. Because to be honest, I'm fine with my magic watering can.
Ronax is just looking at you both with the oddest expression. Right.
It bumps your constitution up to 19.
Oh, yeah. Look. Selume and a gallon of water comes out of it and spills onto the deck.
That's the less important part. I feel like the not dying takes precedent. Tears. Not like crying tears. That's just fine. Don't cry.
Yeah, well, if you find another one, I feel that I doesn't want to take all of the things, and this is a nice color for you.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
I figured the two of you were the best options. But Ness usually just gets punched more.
That is true.
Yeah, I'll try not to.
We should take into consideration to remedy that in the future so that he gets punched less.
Yeah.
I mean, his whole thing is standing in the way of punches. I feel like that would just be taking away from his mojo.
Yeah. It's about...
I suppose that's fair.
Yeah.
His mojo.
Well,
I use scientific terms and scientific terms only, Roddy. I'm a man of knowledge.
Reaches out for the necklace. How large is this gem, would you say?
About the size
I think it's a hefty boy.
About the size of a human palm.
It's very large. Okay.
Very large.
We could have fixed it into your armor or something.
Thick though. Like quite thin, but large.
If you think about gems, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really fucking big. Oh, look, Golf's in the Channel of Secrets.
Oh. What's he doing down there?
What secret?
Telling himself secrets. He's talking about his backstory.
He's talking about Q's backstory to himself.
There it is.
Hey!
We have
what secrets did you learn?
Hi.
That's how Golf writes his backstory.
Yeah.
It's because it's a secret to even him.
Yeah.
So he has to learn it. Where did I grow up? Oh, wonderful. That's cool. What a neat fact.
I've got the gem in the back of. So I have my gauntlet. Right, Roddy?
You've got your what? Sorry.
My gauntlet. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So, I guess my gauntlet's just gonna turn into an infinity gauntlet eventually. I'm going to embed this gem. I'm gonna take some time and embed this gem into the palm.
Okay.
How many items do you have attuned, by the way, Amir?
It's a great question.
Because that's an important note.
Last we checked, you were full, I believe. Because we were looking at the artificer, like attunement slots thing.
Oh,
yeah, that's the thing. As an artificer, like most of your things take up attunement slots.
Yeah, I get that.
I forgot, but that was another reason I went to Nest first.
I didn't realize that this particular item required attunement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very powerful.
Never mind.
Is there a way you can swap for it, or is that not worth it in your repertoire?
Wow.
So it's gonna bump your health by what's your con?
Great question. What?
What's
Go
your
up from a +1 to a +4, I think.
Are you a +1? Yeah, that would give you 21 extra health.
Damn.
You and Ness both have a +1, I think. So.
Oh, well, give it to him. Here, you take this.
I have a plan to improve that anyway, so it makes sense.
Real talk here. Who doesn't have like maxed out attunement slots right now that could use them?
I got one thing attuned, but I don't know. I feel like it works better than you guys. I got the high AC. I don't need high health.
I believe
No.
Mabilis also only has one attunement.
Yeah. I was like, what's Xavier's con?
I think Amabilis has a good amount because there were like 2 or 3 loot sessions where we were like, yeah, that's Amabilis. Yeah, that's also Amabilis.
Yeah. What is Xavier? What is Xavier's con?
+2.
Yeah. You so that would give you an extra +2 on concentration saves.
Oh, that's true.
Which actually is a bigger and that's a bigger deal for Xavier than it is for Ness. Because you've got
Plus,
things like
they're not
haste,
dying.
which really suck if they drop.
Yeah.
So Ronax goes to pull out her tools to begin the process of putting this thing in there, just kind of like right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then she stops. And she looks up. And I think her eyes would kind of catch Nepenthe for a moment. And then she'd look back down at the gem. And then look to Xavier. And then back down at the gem. You know, this whole not dying thing that you brought up has gotten me thinking.
It's a great idea, right? I just came to me.
Out of all of us, out of all of us, I think you're the most likely to die. So we should probably.
I feel like that is rude and uncalled for.
I am quite a rude and uncalled for person. You're just going to have to live with that. So here, and she hands it to him.
I feel like things keep being called back to, and it's unfair.
Well, as life has so graciously shown me, things are not fair. So here, take this.
Fine. I'll put on the amulet, and then the clothes will shift and kind of burn around it, and it'll kind of embed itself into my clothes just
Cool.
automatically.
Aesthetic. Yeah. Okay. Anything?
I was trying to give people things, and I got it instead down.
Anything else anyone would like to accomplish for the evening?
I can jump off the boat. No, I'm kidding.
No. Okay, so before we head into our long rest for tonight, Amabilis, I need you to, as you are going down into below decks, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Perception 9. You hear the slightest creak of floorboards near the door to the entrance of the decks, but that's all you hear. That's all you see.
Mabus is going to tiptoe over.
Mm-hmm.
and she's gonna peek.
Okay. As you do, you see before you relatively empty deck. Nothing much. You hear the faint sounds of the ocarina continues throughout the evening.
Well, she's just going to go back to where was she going again? Down below the deck.
So there were stairs that comes up from below decks to up to the top part. You heard the floorboards creak near the stairs. You came, looked up,
Okay.
nothing there. But then
Yeah, she-
I should also point out that Ify is not staying underneath with you guys. He is staying atop the deck, kind of in the back portion, on his own sort of bed space.
Oh. So nobody is around either.
I guess Nepenthe would be at the wheel? Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, okay. Amabilis is going to where Ify is at.
Okay.
Kirby.
Okay. You see as you walk back around, like a small little opening in this space would have been normally inaccessible to people who aren't of a small size, or would have been, but they would have had to climb quite extensively. And so you make your way through this small space and you come across this like messy pile of like garbage and food that Ify has kind of settled down on, and you see he's kind of playing the ocarina as he stares off into the sunset.
Would he notice that I was there?
Are you trying to be sneaky?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a perception check. He does not. He rolled a 2. So he's like munching on a piece of bread, and then from the piece of bread, you see he takes out a like maybe a sizable chunk or so, and he throws it off the boat into the water.
Amabilis is going to appear from behind, and she says, "Hello there."
Do make some noise the next time you show up behind somebody. Good evening. Lady Whitepaw.
Well, what are you doing all over here alone?
It seems that your crew does not fully welcome me, and so here I am, just enjoying my own company, and that's all.
Well, I don't think that's the case.
Why do you think so?
You do give terrible impressions towards my friends and me. But maybe you can change that if you appear more often on the ship helping out.
I'm afraid I'm not much use helping out, actually. Just leave me be and drop me off wherever next you guys land.
Amabilis is going to leave a small fish behind and leaves the room.
See, before you turn around to go, he says, "Why'd you leave?" Last I heard, the life of a white paw, everything was set out for them since birth. Need you only enjoy your luxuries in your homes, your evening tea, your plates of luxurious food. I left because I had none of that. I had to search for my own fortune. So I find it strange, a fearless lady of the White Paw, to be out this far, not only south, but as west would go.
What if I tell you that you and I are pretty similar?
In what way?
In many ways that you do not know. There has been things going on, and it's really not a place for me to be there. You should be happy that you're here.
Suppose I am. Better than that shithole they're called Carpomnia.
I am happy here too. So we do have our middle ground after all.
Suppose I should tell you. We met another one of your kind. He served on board the Emerald, the ship that I was with before everything went down. A few months ago, actually. Small, fearless man. Rare sight. So I was sort of taken off guard seeing another one of your kind so soon, this far south.
How did he look like?
Oh, just patches of orange fur, green eyes. Real wild one that. I believe his name was Felix. Felix was his name. Traveled with us for a number of weeks.
Do you know where he might be now?
Oh, no. Last we saw him, dropped him off near Deep Barrel, southern Desalia. Kept going on about the real Carp Omnia. That's where most of my sources come from. It's that man.
Whoa. Well, thank you for telling me.
Of course.
I do know quite a
Go
lot
ahead.
about Carpe Omnia. I'm sorry that it has to be that way.
Doesn't mean shit to me. Though your friend seems quite intent that the Carpe Omnia that went down near FEMA wasn't really the Carpe Omnia of the books. The ones that was spoken of. So if there lies another Carpe Omnia out there, your friend is long in search of it.
Mablis listens briefly before she gives out a small sigh, and she leaves the room without saying a word.
Notice as you leave. And with that, unless anyone else has anything to do, the sun sets on the horizon of the open seas. And you each take your turns going into shifts and watch and going to bed for the night. Who would like to take first watch?
I'll do it.
Okay. Xavier and Nepenthe, you're still at the wheel. Okay. Anything you both like to do at all, or?
I think Xavier probably has, because I have not looked at it in the 80 weeks we've been playing, that book we got from the Necromancer.
Aha! The one written in
Arcane Tome. I don't understand any of it. I just know that it is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's finally returning to that now that we got some free time on the season. We're waiting.
Okay.
And I feel like Nepenthe at the wheel and he's just like, because I imagine like that little like little part of the deck around the wheel, the mast and everything. Xavier's just like leaning up against that on his back against the wall, reading, just hanging out with her, waiting until if he has to do something to put the book away.
The contents of the book as to you right now are completely incomprehensible. You see part of it that you pick up from arcane writing that you've studied over the years that bears some form of significance to you. Some to the school of transmutation, some to the school of evocation, but apart from that, it's so incredibly foreign and old.
Then it comes in various forms of arcane, just like fuckery to look at this thing just poking you with magic. We got detect magic. We got identify, illusory script. We got
You just gonna throw all your spells at it.
invisibility.
It's as it seems. It's a scroll. It's a book that would have been able to be studied had you have you the knowledge
Comprehend
to
language.
comprehend language is an interesting choice because the language of which is given to you, though it is a lot of arcane terminology, is one of a very old tongue. And you see semblances of talking about lost magic, talking about time, talking about disruption of space, talking of reverting fate.
I think as he's reading through this and like trying different things and nothing's working and comprehend languages finally works. He's like saying everything that he's doing. Like probably annoying to Pence, but like he's treating it like it's like a study session with her. Like you're studying two different things, and so she probably doesn't get everything he's saying, but including her in it, I think. And he finally gets that and starts being like, "Time magic's so weird. I didn't even think that was. Do you think we can like reverse time with this book?"
If we could, I don't know if we should.
That sounds really cool, though. What if we unrealm shattered the world?
No.
Okay. Fine. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that.
That's far
Probably.
too many gods coming back into places that don't exist anymore.
I mean, we already have like what? 4 gods on our back. What's a few dozen more?
Do you know Vandria?
Vantria? Do I know what
Goddess
that
of
is?
grief.
Oh.
If you want to, you can roll a religion check.
I don't know
Okay.
it. No, I haven't heard of her.
When we were underwater, I went into this temple that we passed. I just swam ahead. The Frost Maiden visited me.
Oh. That brain worked out?
Vandria is the one that sent the beholder. The one that's following me now.
Is she a pre-realm shatter god or one that took up some disciplines?
She was close to the Raven Queen, as far as I understand it. So, I just thought I would tell you. I don't really. Anyway,
get
your
it.
time book.
Yeah. Time book. Weird, huh?
This is the worst! That is not in character. But, oh!
It's so awkward.
Oh, the physical, Okay.
Teen awkwardness is just embodied by Xavier.
I feel like she's just staring off into the ocean and he's just like looking at her like from his
Not
seat.
looking at him.
Yeah, she's not looking at him at all.
Xavier,
Then he catches himself looking and he's like, oh.
this is totally personal experience. There's no way this isn't personal experience.
Yeah. What? Huh? No, I'm great with girls. So good. Yeah. You said something. You wanted something on me, Roddy. You said Xavier.
Both of you make perception checks.
All right. Let's die in this awkward ass moment. Roddy, please send us like a sea dragon or something.
Oh, please let me find something right now. We cannot.
11 and 19. 11. You're more engrossed with the book itself
Looking at a
rather
book.
than looking out. But I will give you this. From the book itself and concentrating on comprehend languages, it takes a bit of time. However, there are some words that stick out to you. In a page that seemingly doesn't have anything at all to do with the magical arcane properties that the rest of the book speaks of. That is just an archive, a separate page. It speaks, and it's strange because whereas comprehend languages is able to decipher a lot of the rest of the book, even though it's arcane mumbo jumbo that you don't really understand. There are a few like blurs almost where distortions of text happens where it blends into one another, and only a few words are present. From it you glean kingdom, downfall, death of gods, return.
Do I get the idea that this author survived the realm shatter or was
Most likely.
post realm shatter? Oh shit! Does this book have an author
And it's not written on.
or a title? Does it have a title?
No, it's a leather tome. It's like a spell book.
Fucking wizards, name your shit. I think sitting there, he closes the book, getting frustrated at some point. There's like awkward silence for a little bit. He's just twiddling his thumbs. And then he goes, "Oh, I forgot." And he'll pull out the dagger that he's been cutting away at out of the Megalon down tooth, and say, I did it. Here."
It's well balanced.
Yeah, it took me a little bit. I had to kind of start whittling away. It wasn't great at first, but I used the thing Grunto showed me where you kind of rebalance out the handle with. So if you look at the it's a good it's a nice dagger. I thought you could have it if you needed a dagger at any point for things that like rope and stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
The hat looks nice, by the way.
It doesn't exactly match the rest of what I wear, but keeps the sun out of my eyes.
We could always redecorate, and he'll stand up and like, here, use me as like a model, and then he'll clothes will like shift and like get into that kind of Japanese style influence of like combat dress. Which is kind of similar to what his is, because Xavier's a very like long draping robe, so something similar to that, but like with red and blacks, because I think that would look sick on a pen. How about this? What do you think? Tweaks? What are we looking for?
I was actually considering a really bright pink. I think you should try that out.
Gosh, okay. Here, 1 second. I got that. Bright pink flowers and just like so fucking hot.
Yeah, I just really think that's me.
How's that? What do you think? One more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
I think we need to find someone to make that as soon as we hit shore.
We can make this happen.
Ridiculous.
With 19, you look out to the open seas, wide as far as the eyes can go. It's silver, reflecting off the moonlight, and you think, moon. It's been a lunar cycle since the last full moon, and it has waned and has started to wax, and a very ominous sensation creeps up your spine as you look up and the moon looks back down, almost full.
I'm glad that you didn't die.
I am also glad that you didn't die. That was a big step for you.
Alright, well, I don't need the whole making fun of me afterward.
I'm just teasing. Is that bad? I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Immediate remorse. Like, I tried something. It didn't really work. I feel like you guys. I feel like it's camaraderie. Everyone like teases each other. I'm not very good at it.
You know what you are good at? Running into
Very few
danger
things.
alone.
I'm very good at that one.
I wish you were bad at.
I have been told that I think at least 12.5 times in the past few days.
Yeah, has any of them stuck or?
Well, there was Ness. That was pretty good. Ronax, pretty good. Not too much. I think he slumps down and sits on the kneeling against the I don't know what's it called. I'm trying to think. Railing. That's it. Railing.
You did it.
God, words. I got there.
You got it.
Hey. Kneels against the railing. Leans against it and says, Bright side, I'm dying less. I got the ruby.
I'll have to thank Ronax for that later, too.
Yeah. I'm sorry if that upsets you guys. Yeah. I'm not trying to be inconsiderate, but
It upsets me, but more it scares me.
I mean, it
Okay.
scares me.
Then stop doing it!
Everything scares me. You scare me, Ronak scares me, Ness scares me. Everything that I've seen, everything beyond the confines of the estate I lived in scares the hell out of me. It gets to a point where it's difficult to tell the difference. What's a new location? What is the fear that comes from that? And then what's the difference between that and what I do with you guys?
We're certainly not taking the easiest path.
No.
Do you regret coming, though? Leaving the
No.
estate?
I think at times. But no. Overall, no. I think I was not living for all those years. Not really. And I don't know, I think I'm afraid constantly, but it gets the heart pounding. You know? Whether it's exploring the city, sparring with you, or, you know, punching a Leviathan. It gets the heart beating, and when it beats, and I think his finger like starts tapping against the railing. You know you're alive. As much as the chaos is around you, all the craziness and death and destruction, you know you're alive. And that means something.
The way I see it, the way I've had to think about it, you're living your second life now. It started when you left. I'm on my third, so I know.
I think the word second life, like he visually is hit by that. In a way, yeah, I guess. I don't want to lose this one.
I rather like it too.
Yeah.
A wave crashes on the side of the ship and sends it rocking.
Shit.
I'm good. Picks himself up. Just awkward silence.
And it's with that awkward silence that your first watch comes to an end. Beautiful. Alrighty. Who would like second watch? For the purposes of this, I'm only shortening the night down to 2 watches. So
Um.
Can I?
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Oh, can I take the second watch too?
Okay, you got the trio.
Can you watch again?
Yeah, you've got Ronak's.
Oh no. You just the two of them. Just the two of them.
Okay.
Oh, are you sure? Sorry, I didn't hear that you said you wanted to take. I only heard golf, so it's okay.
No, you and golf all the way. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
You both come up to the top of the deck to find Napen stretching. Xavier also in sort of like an awkward moment of silence, with like a bruised chin, as they both make their way back down.
Oh, we're done already. That's short.
Have a good night.
Would I notice the bruise?
Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
Was that from me hitting the railing when I fell?
Yeah.
I think the Marvelous is going to assume something happened between them. Oh, I see what
Pat
you
punched me in the chin. That's what happened.
Go get your own rooms.
Immediate red, flushed in the face when walking downstairs.
So, Mabilis and Akil, you sort of take awkward turns at the wheel of the ship, keeping it steady. Nepenthe and Tiber, when he was still here, has kind of gone and taught everybody how to keep the boat steady and head in the direction of which you're heading, and so there you are, the two of you atop the Ventus Ferrum. Anything you would like to do for the night?
What happened to Xavier? Why is his face all red?
Well, don't tell him this, but I think they kissed.
What is kiss?
You know, that thing where you show affection and love each other and marry.
Oh, like oh wait, Mary? I mean, what is it like something that your father and your mother do sometimes?
She's just going to look and think about it, and yeah, maybe soon enough.
Does that mean Xavier and Nepenthe love each other?
You know, I'm pretty romantic myself, so I would say yes.
You're so smart in this field of study.
She's just gonna imagine flipping her own hair. Okay.
Oh my god, does that mean they're gonna have a baby?
I mean, a baby would be cute. I'm also good at taking care of the babies. We could talk about it with them. I don't understand whether
If they were gonna have,
us.
yeah, but what if they were gonna have the baby? What would they be looking like?
I'll say he looks like a really, really cute elf with Saber's face on it.
Please don't get Xavier personality.
I mean, it wouldn't really make sense because Both of them are completely the opposite. But
True.
from them. Anyway.
Yeah, but I think there's one thing that they're quite similar. They like to jump into danger.
Well, that's also another clue of them wanting to be together without telling us.
Oh my god, I think I need to give them some more space.
Alright.
I'll take my notebook and note it.
Amavis is going to try to hold the wheel even though it's very unstable for her. Akil, I need help. It's not turning the way I want it to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna grab some plank and just shove it to the wheels to make it stop moving.
Some plank boards clatter, and the wheel it gets jammed into one of the rotating mechanisms, and the wheel goes, and the rest of the boat abruptly sort of does this big a turn and shake.
Oops, I should not have done that.
Wow.
We're gonna fucking die. We're gonna die when we're talking about what our kids are
Not
gonna look like.
golf Lara scene.
I was, could I was like, can I enter this?
They're gonna capsize us while gossiping about the party.
It's like classic early 20s scene.
I'd like to like groggily come up from the companionway.
Yeah.
Hey, dear, is everything okay? Is there a storm? Because I fell out of my hammock.
Oh, hello, Ness. Yeah, there was a mini storm.
A huge storm!
We got it out of the way, though. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's an octopus as well.
There's no. Well,
Everywhere.
I'll see if I can have a word with it. I think I can speak octopus. To be honest, I've never met one. But, and I'll go and look over the side, peer into the dark of the water. Where was it again?
Amalis is sweating aggressively.
It's go far away already.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe it's gone. All right. I'm heading back down. Did anything else happen while I was gone?
Amabilia said Xavier and Napian
Chug him. No.
Oh.
I mean, I don't say anything. I'm sorry.
Oh, is it a secret?
Well, he just wanted to tell you that he needed a bathroom. That's all.
Yes, I need a bathroom. I need to go bathroom real quick.
Okay. See, this is a secret code. I will say nothing.
Yes, I did not say anything. What is my name?
I'll look over it and I'm gonna. Is this a trick question?
I think so.
All right. It's not a kill. I'm going back to bed.
As you turn around and go inside, a wave rocks the boat ever so slightly, and the wheel turns on its own slightly to the left. The boat shifts on its axis, and then you hear a small clunk, 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 clunk as the plank falls out of the wheel and onto the floor.
Yeah, you got this right.
Alice is just gonna keep nodding.
I'm gonna nod as well.
Just fear in her eyes.
Bird, cat, just like aggressively. What was the word that somebody used that one time? Bird, cat energy. Catbird energy?
Catbird energy.
Catbird energy. Yeah. Both of you, before I forget, make perception checks. I got fucking lost in that dynamic. Holy shit. Okay.
You gossips! How dare you?
Goodness.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. That's a 19. 19 roll. 28 total. Q. Ever vigilant, keeping an eye out, and 2 natural ones for Lara. Fucking amazing. You are just on your A game tonight.
Isabella's too busy practicing flipping her hair.
Yeah. She's going.
She's just daydreaming about Xavier and the Panther, like their life together.
You see, she does like a waltz with but without anybody else there, and she like spins around at the top of the deck. It's a sight. It's a sight. You maintain very vigilant watch, looking out into the horizon. You see clear skies ahead, and seemingly a few seagulls overhead now, signifying that you are getting close to land, and you should be there within another night or two, depending on the pace of travel. And if there is nothing else, your watch comes to an end.
Okay.
Ronax. It's like you unmuted right as like you knew I was gonna say something. You stay up. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Working?
No. I'm
Just
hiding.
Hiding? Where?
I'm hiding in plain sight. I'm resting on Vorax
Okay.
with my eyes closed, but I'm not sleeping.
Make a perception check.
Can I make it with advantage?
I will. Yes, because you are with the active intent of keeping a watch, and Ronax is Vorax is helping you.
Fuck me!
Jeez.
Sideways with a blender!
You see a small shadow peeking down from the ladders and back up again. Just a quick. Nothing else apart from that.
Nothing comes down?
No.
I will sleep once everybody wakes up.
Okay.
In the are we doing the next morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the morning, as Xavier wakes up and Valerity makes his way to the galley, like Ness is there handing him a mug of spiced tea. So, this is for you. Your
Lovely, thank you.
I will say, your secret is safe with me, but it's about time. Exactly.
What? I'm very confused.
Yeah. Just act like that, and nobody will know it.
Okay.
I'll be up in the minute.
How quickly walk off. Is there?
Can I tell a very short story that's a wee bit unrelated, but that's relevant to this conversation?
I love stories.
I actually did that to somebody sometime. I I was in Ness's position here. Although I was
You knew
saying
someone's secret that they didn't know.
I did know their secret, and I said to them, "Ooh, I know your deep dark secret." And instead of the reaction that Xavier just gave, they freaked the fuck out.
Well, this is a fake secret.
It's not even true.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Right.
If something happened, I would be like, "That's no."
And I was just reminded of that, and I was like, damn. I'm thinking of all the secrets that Xavier actually has, and the notion of like Ness potentially finding out one of them and going, "No, your secret is safe with me."
Absolute existential dread on his point. His side of things, yeah.
I also love that this is a game of telephone that's gone round like all of the party.
Yeah, I think Xavier goes upstairs and like when Benson wakes up is like, "Hey, sure, anything weird happened last night? Just wondering."
There was a squid attack. English. I'm sorry.
There's a squid attack. Oh, that wasn't me. If that was thing anyone was thinking.
Amablis is going to blow a kiss.
To me?
Yeah, to you.
Hi, Ambrose. Good morning.
She's gonna point.
Red in the face again. Grabbing his tea, walking downstairs. Never mind. What is happening?
Right. I'm gonna take the helm. Let's get going.
Okay. As you set out on today's journey, I'm gonna need one of you to roll a d6 for me.
Go do it.
I nominate a kill.
Akio, roll me a d6.
Yes. R1d6. Oh, 6.
Nice.
First, guys. Slightly cloudy, though not much. You make me a perception check.
Perception.
True one. Jeez. There's a lot of seagulls. There's a lot of seagulls.
You're a kid.
Yeah. That's all you notice.
Oh, there are a lot of seals.
The rest of you on board the ship seems to be seagulls, not seals. Seems to be as normal a day as any. You take looks at the map, and you, after charting it out somewhat. Actually, is anybody proficient in navigator's tools? Anybody?
We don't know what the fuck we're doing. Why did we choose the ocean path?
I have cartographer's tools, but that's not.
That's for land travel.
Yeah, that's
I think.
Yeah.
There's like a specific one for sea travel.
Okay.
We fuck.
That case.
Are there maps on the boat?
That there are a few. There's certainly a table that charts out sea travel. Whether you can figure it out would be a different story. However, you've just been heading westward, and so because you came out off from shore east, and so if you head west, you'd reach land eventually.
Did I pick up anything from Tiber
Yes,
at all?
absolutely.
Could
We'll
we
say-
try to figure out the maps?
Yeah. As far as navigation goes, if anybody wants to roll a survival check, they can go ahead and do that.
Me.
Okay,
Yeah, can I assist?
cool. That's gonna
looking
give
over the
you
maps with her.
advantage.
Click.
13. Well, you have a compass with you, and you're heading quite it's less of navigation and more of putting together the sense of time, how long it's been from this location, how many days has it been, and kind of adding and subtracting that with the journey that you had made out from the fishing village. And you surmise that you will probably reach land in, if not 1, then 2 days.
Oh, well, it appears that we will be close to shore very, very soon. Tell by the gulls, and she points up. Do we, just in case, what are our supplies looking at like? Do we have food? And obviously we don't need to worry about water, but
Is that a player question or?
that's she. I'm imagining that her and Xavier are
Okay.
like standing in front of
Okay,
this.
I didn't know if it
this
was me.
thing. Standing in front of this thing. I mean, it's a pretty like small ship, so I would assume that everybody would be able to hear. So it's just kind of like a group question.
So everybody's grouped up together, sort of below decks, yeah?
I think we got supplies from our last stop with Titans. So we're good in supplies.
All right.
Are we going around? Like what is the path that we're trying to navigate look like, Roddy?
Essentially, so what you had agreed on is you're going to the place that you are meeting up with the individual from the Cobalt Soul is along the oasis, and there's a village along the oasis within Ruben Ridge that you are able to reach through Nord's Crossing. And from Nord's Crossing, you sort of head inland through this very wide canal that would be able to travel through the sort of southern rye field out into the desert plains of Ruben Ridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're at the little pin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you.
You've seen and heard of this route from your time, Ronax. When you were in Naveport, people often talk of Nord's Crossing as a merchant route because it's the fastest, most effective way to get to Dendolith without having to cross the sand gates.
As a player, I'm just going to say I should have mentioned I was really looking forward to traveling in by land. Now that I realize it, because I was like, oh fuck, I'm wanting to like crest over the hill and see where
Oh, you can do that on the way out. No problem.
Damn.
We can crest over the waves.
Let's go.
Essentially, what we had discussed was that if you had set anchor back in Belran and had taken your horses back through the Sun Plains into the Sand Gates, then it would take an extra week of time. And so to prioritize speed, you had chosen to travel through Nord's Crossing.
Oh yeah, I'm good with this. I just realized in the moment I was like, fuck.
Yeah. At some point, by the way, Ness is like, Dave, you know that you said that you had that thing that lets you speak to people who's a long way away.
Yeah. Anyone needs messages, I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Does it? Does they have to understand your language?
I don't think so. Let me double check.
Yeah.
As per the trail, creature hears messages in its mind. It recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables creatures with intelligence who has at least one to understand the meaning of your message. Yes.
Are you gonna sending to your horses?
Yeah, so if you could tell all of the horses not to wait for us, and they has done their jobs now. Yeah.
Yeah. I do that.
Yeah, I would tell them myself, but I doesn't have the brain thing that you could do.
Yes. Xavier sits down, and he has his papers in front of him, and he sits there for a little bit. Because he like explicitly writes out the papers. The way his sending spell works. He sits there for just a while and stares at it. And the first one he tries, he goes, "Nay." And then sends that.
My God.
And I will send that to what are the names again, Jim?
Let's see. Oliver, Nordo. I have them all written down somewhere.
I will send that one to Nordo.
Yes, good old Nordo.
I will say nay.
Yeah, Oliver, Nordo, Elve, Fane, Suya, and Ulo.
How many fucking horses did we have? What the hell?
Yeah, about 5.
We had
Holy
5
shit.
horses.
There's fully 6 of them.
It's 6, yeah.
When did we get 6 horses?
You got 2 horses.
We had 4 for the cart, and
yeah.
then 2 riding horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I thought we had 2 horses.
I also thought we had 2 horses.
Well, there was 4 others, and Ness bought their freedom.
Yeah.
I only remember the one that was named Apple.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
remember
so
that.
long ago. Good old slumber log.
That's where all Ness's money went.
Yeah.
He's got hundreds of gold now. He can free many horses.
Do I get a response, Roddy?
What did you say?
I just send it nay, question mark.
You hear a confused.
Does that relay through writing as
No,
well?
it's a fucking horse, dude.
Well, the way my sending spell works, Roddy, we've already been over this. It writes down what they say in return.
Oh my God, you're making me do this. Kind of like.
Just a lot of R's and P's.
Yeah.
Key smash.
And like a question mark at the end.
That means it was intending a question.
Mark.
Yeah.
Alright.
Today's
I'll just
episode
send
of
it.
Lorei'an, transcribing horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll send it another one.
Yeah, it doesn't know how many words you have, but if you could ask if Fande's ear is better.
If Nazir is better? Oh,
Yeah.
are they okay?
Yeah, it was just a little bit sore and swollen.
Okay. I'll send another message. Hey, Nordo. It's Xavier, the half-elf friend of Ness. You're a horse.
What is this session?
You guys can go. No need to wait for us.
You have one word left.
Thanks.
The poor fucker in charge of the Belron stable is gonna have no idea. The horse is gonna go fucking.
Well, Ness told him to wait in the forest for us, right?
Oh, yeah.
He told him to wait in like the ridge.
True.
Yeah, yeah.
So they don't have to wait anymore.
You hear back a series of clops, and
I think I understand what he says.
That can't be how it works.
I think it is.
No way.
The spell enables creatures with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of a message. You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but the target is on a different plane. Yeah, so I understand him.
you see as Xavier closes his eyes and meditates and like writes all of it down, you see an arcane script appear before him. B R R R R R and
In such elegant cursive.
yeah, like brrr.
Yeah, I'm sorry if their spelling isn't very good.
Which horse did you send to?
Nordo?
Nordo goes, yo, okay, that's totally cool, dude. Off we go.
Oh my god!
As the script appears to me and it's just I grab it and I go, cool, yeah, they're good. They're fine now. Here, do you want to keep this?
Static.
Come here, we can hear, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. So at some point, I might have to ask you to teach me how to read this, but I will look out. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I sent a message to a horse. That's a new one.
Yeah. Nest looks a little bit confused and walks away. At no point during this has anything strange happened in his mind.
Right.
I love that.
How many times can Xavier use sending?
Twice. He just used all
I
of
can
his
use
like,
it.
third level.
No, I got one more 3rd level, and then I can take a rest and get one more, and then I can use my pearl power to get another. I got like 4 more in me if we need them. But last time that happened, we fought a beholder. So, you know.
Well, let's just hope that does not occur again. Although, I was told some pretty sketch shit by Roddy last night, so he told me to look at the moon and it was ominous, so a little nervous.
Let's repeat past mistakes.
Why don't we?
I think later that day, Ronax would walk up to Xavier and just kind of tap on his shoulder.
No, so I already sent. Oh, okay. Hi. Sorry, I thought Ness wanted me to talk to more horses.
No, although that was very odd.
Par for the course.
I was wondering if I might have you, if I would be able to employ you to use your abilities to my advantage just one more time.
Not
Just
horses, right?
No. People, humans.
Yeah, I can do that. Worked out great last time.
If you would be so kind as to address this to my master once more.
All right, dear, I used Logarius
Hippolytos.
Hippolytus. Remember, you have 25 words, by the way. Last time, we didn't go by the 25-word rule.
She just
23, actually.
She just
Wait,
has
no,
like
that's
a
3 words. 22.
She just has like a grimace on her face.
I think you're wrong.
I was wondering when it was that I need to return home so that I may participate in my graduation.
2 left.
That's it.
You gotta end the letter. Can't start with dear and then end it off.
Signed, Ronax.
There's a moment of pause, followed by a long silence.
I'm just
And
getting
then
the dots
finally,
right now.
you hear, "Dear Onax, it has been about 6 months since your departure. I believe the return is long overdue. Enjoy, but do make haste." I got how many left?
2.
Good job.
I imagine when we're waiting for it to appear, it's like when you're texting and there's just like the dot
Mhm.
that's there, like
Yeah.
it's being.
Yeah.
And they're there for a little bit, and it's just like it just takes a while sometimes.
In those moments, you can see this expression of nervousness over her face. Like she seems oddly tense.
Take that message as you will. You progress into... Oh, sorry. Did you want to continue that conversation at all?
No.
Okay.
I will short rest. Get a spell slot back.
About 2 hours after the conversation, you sort of all walk about the deck, and one particular point of note that it's become kind of a routine these past few days, like traveling on ship. You're either walking around helping the Pens with sailing, or you're below decks doing your own sort of personal project, or you're eating, sleeping, enjoying the wind. One break in routine is that, as opposed to the evening, today Ify plays his ocarina in the afternoon. And like only those of you who are keen to those kinds of details would pick that up.
Is there a pattern in his playing?
No. It could be classified as music, but then again, it's a beautiful instrument.
Is it the full moon tonight?
It should be.
Does there seem to be a
Oh.
reason that he changed his time?
You wouldn't know. He started playing for the better part of 10 minutes now. He hangs around the back area of the ship where not many of you have been to.
I'm gonna go down to the underneath the underbelly of the ship and cast detect magic, and then walk out and just keep an eye on him.
No magic.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
I'm gonna go and talk to him.
Okay.
Xavier, hold this. And just walks away from the helm.
You go towards the back area of the ship where Ify has sort of made into his own very messy space. Make a perception check for me.
13.
It's generally garbage, foodstuffs, old clothes. You see, he's made a small, very located fire for himself that he has a kettle put up on. He's just
You
playing.
changed your performance.
Oh, hello. It's nothing to do. Days are quiet, nights are quiet.
I thought it strange. Sorry, I thought I... We haven't spoken yet. I was, topside when you woke up.
I
Nepenthe.
suppose I should call you Captain. Captain Nepenthe.
Sure. Captain will do.
So, might I ask, Captain, where are we headed off to next?
We're headed for the place that we just talked about and I forgot the name of.
Knots Crossing.
We're headed for North Crossing, intending for Dendolith.
I see. Any particular reason why?
One of us has business to attend to there. We tend to travel as a group.
I see.
Any point along the way you want, we can drop you off.
That would be nice. Maybe I'll head inland to Ryefield. It's been a while. Work as a farm boy for a couple weeks. Who knows?
It's a pretty place. Slumberlog has recently come under new leadership.
I've been wanting to visit. Heard they had good ale.
They do.
So what does the captain want with my lowly self?
I enjoy the music you play.
It's nothing. I appreciate it. Takes a piece of bread, throws it. Plush. Not to you. Over.
Oh.
Sorry.
Overboard.
Into the water. You see a few fishes gather up and nibble at the piece of bread.
And do you feed them for fun or capture them for dinner?
A bit of both.
At least you're not wasting the bread.
Sure hope not.
Well, I just figured I'd ask, but if there's no reason for the change, I'll leave you to it.
Hey. From your perspective, what happened to the emerald? Last I saw was a flash of light, and then I woke up on your ship.
It was terrible. It was upwards of 20 beams of light all rocketing towards you and then impacting. There was a splintering, a horrible creaking and cracking. I think it was too quick for us to even hear a scream.
Lots of friends went down.
I can only imagine.
God's rest their soul. Though I suppose I'm here. Though where else is there to go? For a man like me.
I know that some of my companions take issue with your occupation. I don't hold those values. While I prefer not to get stolen from, I understand that sometimes there is a need for it. So you will
Nods.
face no prejudice from me.
Those are perhaps the kindest words anyone has ever said to me in the past 5 months. Stands up, runs his hands along the railing, looks back out. Make an insight check.
Nat 20.
You've talked to a lot of people that... You've talked to a lot of shady people. Some people hide secrets. Some people are very good with their words. This man is not really talking to you. Rather, everything you say is kind of being mindlessly bounced back. He's still all there, but he's not paying attention to you. Instead, he's looking off towards the back end of the ship, into the horizon.
The loss still stings you, doesn't it?
I suppose.
There's a lot of that going around lately.
Just more looking off.
I'll leave you to it.
Appreciate it, Captain. You walk back. It is now afternoon. Anybody who would like to be on watch, I need you to make a perception check for me.
I will do one. Why not?
Can I help?
Sure thing. You can give him advantage, or you can both make rolls. Up to you.
Your wisdom is probably much higher than mine, so advantage.
That's a 21.
You take your rounds. You walk about and around the ship. The ocarina drones on. You eventually start to finish your rounds in the kind of on the front end of the ship, and you go to almost look back at the portion that Ify was at, and your eye catches something on the horizon. It's something far off, almost a black dot.
Is it in our wake?
Sorry?
Is it behind us?
Yes.
On the horizon. Oh well, we'll head to the back of the ship and try and get a better look.
As you do, you come across Ify, who
Hello.
is sort of in the process of tying something, a rope, it seems, one to the railing of the ship, and you see that both of his hands are grasped tightly onto onto a rope, and he is standing on a railing as you come in and catch him right as he is about to seemingly sling down.
Hello. Is there? Can I help you with that rope or anything?
Sure. I was about to make my way down to get the fishes that have gathered behind.
Oh, I look down. Are there a lot of fish?
There are in spots, and you look out and you see every about 20, 30 or so feet, there are these like small bundles of fishes that are eating at bread, and it trails behind.
You expecting someone?
No, why?
Yeah. Because he's been like super generous in feeding all the fish, which is nice of you. And I look at look up at the speck on the horizon.
It's gotten larger.
You like we could still take you to like to like wherever it is that you want to go.
He's gonna make a quick roll here. You see his eyes catch yours, and like glances back very quickly as if he's gleaming whether you're stalling or speaking truth or the intent behind your words, and he takes a step back. Rope pulls taut against a wall.
Is there a reason why you doesn't want us to meet your friends?
That's that's the thing. I kind of do.
Do we catch this?
You catch that Ness has gone back to the back end, but
Ness has been gone for quite some time. Do you think we should check on him?
How far is he away from me?
within reach.
I'll be like, I will. Oh, what do I have?
Those 4 days where you left me on the ship have been honestly quite fruitful, for I was able to get in touch with some people. And it would seem that there may not be a need for you to deliver me back to land. I have some people coming to pick me up. That's all.
Yeah. And days just coming to get you, right?
That would seem to be the case, unless you do something that would warrant anything different from them.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should. Maybe you should come back on the deck, and then we can have a nice, friendly conversation with them when they get here.
Why don't you make a persuasion check? As this happens, the rest of you, Ronax, you tap Xavier to go behind.
Sure. I'll follow.
Start
I'll
making
follow Ronax's lead.
your way
That's-
there.
That's 14.
You know, for some reason, you're all much nicer to me today than the first few days we had met. But
Ness was nice the whole time.
But I really do suppose that first impressions are what matters. So I'd rather not be here, to be perfectly honest. So, if you would just stand back, I'll be out of your hair very, very soon.
Ness,
Yeah.
can I see you?
Alright.
Yes, you both have now made your way to where this is happening.
Everything alright?
Yeah, Akil, are you around somewhere? Because I figured that what we could just run you over there, like we picked you up out of the water if you wanted.
Whoops. Music.
Do Ronax and I get a gist of what's going on? Do we see everything?
Yeah. He
Okay.
is
It
about
seems
to
pretty clear.
sling down from the ship.
Yeah. So I'm going to be like, so if you wanted, we could get Akil to run you over to that ship over there.
Ness.
This is
Roddy,
the
you know what? I feel like I have enough information here. Ness,
Yeah.
he's seen my notes. He's been going through my things.
Iffy.
Takes a step back.
I'm gonna pull out a book. The book that I have from the underwater city with the scrawlings of the giant squid. I'll toss it over in front of him on the page of the giant squid. And I'll say, before you decide to make any brash decisions, I'd recommend looking at that page.
See, he looks. What's of it?
And understanding the abilities of such a creature. And I'll look at whatever boat is coming our way that I assume.
It's gotten closer.
Say,
Both of you make perception checks for me.
Who's both? The three of us.
Sorry, you already made one, so Xavier and Ronax. Ness, you had the point about Akil. Is that for purposes of deception, or are you being honest?
It's for deception.
Roll a deception check.
That's alright, that's 15.
Okay. You see, okay, one thing at a time, I suppose. Ronax, you are more occupied with watching Ify's actions very carefully at this time. Xavier, you glance off to the back of the ship, where you see now that the ship has the other ship that is trailing behind that Ness had pointed out has gotten closer, and you see on it is a very big ship, and on its sails you see black sails with the symbol of a mask upon it.
I'll look down, I'll look from the ship to the page in front of him, and I'll say, that's a lovely ship that I assume you're making your way to. And I'll look down at the page and
Like
say,
I said, I'll just be out of your hair. Don't plan to
before
do
you
anything more.
go, I'd like whatever you took from my friend.
I can take anything.
But he read things.
All I did was I took a piece of paper. I wrote
So you
something
did take
on
something.
it. I took a piece of paper. It was blank. It was empty. I wrote on it with some chalk
Nice,
and
yeah.
had it sent. It's gone.
It's a shame.
Is he lying to us?
Make a
I
insight
believe
check.
them.
Can I assist?
Whatever, I will say, whatever scrawling...
You can
Let's
also make a separate insight.
Whatever scrawlings we have of the machines that destroyed his ship, at the very least, those are all in arcane script that no one else can read but Ronax and I. So on that account, we're good.
They're also, I would have definitely kept them in the portable hole.
Noted.
I assume it's just personal things that he's taken.
Listen, this will be the last you see of me.
Don't act like you're free of any issue here.
Though, if we're all being diplomatic here, maybe I need not swim all the way back, but you can have your bird friend take me there, as your very large furry friend here had pointed out. Though, if you want to make
I think we'll wait for your friends. And I look to Ronax. I assume she's kind of anxious at the idea of her workings being given to others.
You see, he's leaning back on the rope and loosens it, and as he leans back on board slightly.
I think a conversation is far overdue, if that's the case.
If you want to wait for my captain to arrive, I suppose we can wait. Captain Fontaine is a very forgiving and generous woman. I'm sure we'll be able to work something out, and I can just be on my way.
Lovely. I'll lean against the door, the wall.
He jumps from the railing back onto the floorboards, and he unties the rope from himself.
David, can I speak to you privately for a moment?
Of course.
She walks away, and her hands are kind of balled up at her sides, and she's kind of shaking with rage.
As he walks behind you, he'll just say, "I think as a point of order, we start rewriting your designs in some arcane script from now on."
This is just like a general question. Have I seen Xavier do the thing where he pulls out the memory?
Yeah. Yes, you have. Yeah.
When you do that thing where you pull out that arcane energy from your mind,
I think I understand where you're going with that. It's more of a copy, not taking it from the archive.
do you think that you can make it take from the archive?
Roddy,
Yes.
do I believe I can steal someone's memory with this?
What spell is this?
Encode thoughts.
Not with an encode thoughts, unfortunately.
With a mixture of detect thoughts and encode thoughts.
Tell him no if you want to tell him no, Ratty. That's kind of a modified memory thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
This is
Do you have modified memory?
interesting path we're going
Later
down.
on, I will.
Not with encode, no.
Okay.
That's with
Not at
your
the
own
moment.
self, not for others.
Yeah.
So with a bit
I
of
don't-
spell
I don't-
crafting, possibly, but not within these next few days, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I think whatever he has let out there is out there. Whether we want it to be or not. You okay?
She looks away with her mouth open, and you can very clearly see her teeth, and there's just a little bit of smoke kind of eking out from her mouth. No.
You said you kind of turned from him?
Turn her face away from him, yeah.
He'll reach out a hand, gently place it on your shoulder. Just say, "Hey, we'll deal with it."
She looks back at you, And there's this kind of slow, unexpected acceptance of your words. All right. If you think it will be fine, then I would much rather choose to believe those words right now than not.
Of course. As we he'll turn, and as we turn to go back, wave his hand, and some ash will flow out of it, and across your mind you will envision the two of them working on various projects of Borax and spells and mechanical aspects and whatnot. And he'll just say, "We got this." And you will have some inspiration for the next 10 minutes.
Cool. As
I would like.
Go ahead.
Sorry, John.
As this happens, Ify is, you see, he has a stick where he has tied he has a hobo bag that he has slung over one shoulder. He walks up now from his usual space into the middle portion of the deck where all of you are.
I was going to say before he gets to the others, I want to have a quick word with him. It's just the two of us.
Cool. Sure.
And I'm going to crouch down so that I'm on his level, eye to eye. This doesn't do well with the whole with the whole lies and subterfuge thing. Listen, I feels like you is basically a good person, and I doesn't want to be wrong about that. And so I feels like I want your friends to be basically good people as well. And sometimes it sounds like they take things from people that those people doesn't really need, which is all right. But is they coming to pick you up? And that's that, or is they going to want his payment?
No, as far as I know, it's only to pick me up.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
I believe that's what he believes.
That's not much. That's to say.
Seems pretty confident in his own words. He seems to believe that he holds some value to the people that are coming.
Yeah. Listen, I want you to know that, even though we saved your life, that you doesn't owe us anything for that. But I hope that, if we sees each other again, that it's going to be in peace. That's what I hopes. Because I really want to be right about you.
You can choose whatever you choose to believe about me. A good portion of you have chosen to be hospitable to myself, and I thank you for that.
You know, if I know that you did not get on super well with Ronax, but I feel like I was a little bit worried that she was going to kill you. So that's like the fact that you was walking away with some of the stuff that she knew and her secrets and and the fact that she is going to let you walk away, I feel like that is a bit of an honor.
Honor That's the first time and probably the last time I will ever hear that word spoken about me. Though, I apologize if my way of living offends you or the majority of you. Simplest fact is that I don't know any other way to live. He walks.
Yeah.
Always something you can learn.
I'm gonna kill this guy.
I guess there we go. He now passes by the rest of you. Some of you who didn't partake in this conversation are a bit surprised to see that he has his bags on him. He walks by you in the pent and says, "Captain, our conversation has been lovely, though I'm afraid I'm going to have to take my leave now."
I saw your friends on the horizon. You'll be safe with them.
I trust. I'm sorry for having to do things the roundabout way, but you wouldn't trust handing me off to pirates. I'm sorry.
I feel like we would have. Ronax wouldn't. The rest of us would have.
I simply do things the way I wish I do. The way I wish to do. And with that, the ship
Incredibly
closes,
shadily.
onto your side. This massive galleon. You see 5 sails, 2, and then an extra set of side sails that propel this monstrosity of a ship onwards. Encapsulates yours in shadow. 2 rows of cannons. And as it nears, you hear a very lively crew cheer. And as it stops right next to you, the sails goes up. Down comes the flag of a black mask. And from its railings walk out a beautiful black-haired woman in a corset, curled long black hair, a very large captain's hat, high heels. As she sets one of her feet on the railings, a black masquerade mask on her face. Ify walks up and goes, "Captain Fontaine! It has been some time." And you see the captain of the opposing ship speaks up. "Ify, doing things your own way as always? Quartermaster, lower the ropes, will you?" And you see this human man, very large, muscular, well-built, physicality, kicks down the ladder. And then Ify turns back towards the rest of you, nods, and each one stops at Amabilis and says, "Don't forget what I told you. It will do you well. I will see you later, Lady Whitepaw."
How is Amabilis reacting to all this?
Would I know, like, the crew members on the other ship, or no?
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Amabilis is keeping quiet about what Ify tells her, but it's still floating on her mind since it's something that's very, very important to her. But she doesn't say much about it, so she just looks away from Ify as he says goodbye to her.
See, he smiles and says, "Fortune favors all, but fools. But if you are willing to give that fortune a try, Lady Whitepaw, as a lot of legends from our lands have, why don't you look for Carpe Omnia? For whoever finds it will bring great fortune to their people. Who knows, I might bring a couple bags of gold back home at the end of my journey. Farewell." As he leaps off, sploosh, and begins climbing the ladders up onto the Black Mask.
Xavier will walk up after he dives off and say, I guess call out to whoever this Fontaine person is. Your friend, he doesn't possess in his hand any of our possessions, luckily enough for him and you.
So imagine this scene as a massive galleon on one side, and then you've got the small keel boat that is the Ventus Ferrum, and kind of at a slanted angle, Captain Fontaine, 1 feet on the railing, mast to mast, looks down on you as you look up. This exchange and glance, and you see she smiles. So you're the one. Ify finishes climbing up to the top of the deck and says, Captain, are we ready to go? Due south, I suppose, making our way back to Black Hill? You see she smiles and says, no. The ship doesn't go. Because we have a very special guest on board. This is the one you wanted, right? Shouts back. You see walks out from behind her. A figure. Green cloaked. Kind of short, tied back, blonde hair, sharp, elven ears. Corvain.
Shit!
Master Xavier. It has been quite a pain looking for you.
I think Xavier, like his false confidence, the kind of mask he was putting on, alters and takes a step back, bows deeply, just instinctually, and raises up and says, Master Corvain, I'm happy I could entertain you.
Entertain. It has been quite an entertaining journey, Master Xavier. Fun's over, and I've come to bring you home. You have worried your father for far too long.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that.
Did I just hear right? My own student saying no to me.
I do apologize.
Has your little trip made you rebellious, Master Xavier? Am I to go down there and teach you a lesson, or are you going to come up here and give me the proper respect I deserve?
Funnily enough, in my years with you, I feel as though I have gained so much knowledge. And yet it is dwarfed by the few months that I have spent out here.
The sword.
Is mine.
Your father wishes it back. If not you to return, then Dawn comes back with me.
I am sorry, but I cannot do that either.
You see, Fontaine looks towards Corvain. Says, quite a bit difficult, this one. What are we going to do since you paid all that gold for me to get here? If we were to return without him, then that would be payment unmade. You see, Ifrit looks very, very confused. It's like, wait, why aren't we going? Aren't you here to pick me up? Ezra snaps back. Ezra snaps back. Quiet. We're here on business. Oh. I'm afraid I'm going to have to step in here and ask you to get on board, young man. Or else, sticks her.
I don't speak to you.
She raises her hands up. You see 20 people with crossbows peek over the railings.
Ronax is going to raise her own gun.
And I
Akio?
sort of grab Xavier by the back, just grab a little bit, like prepare him to fly away or something.
Okay.
oh boy. I'm gonna look over and catch Nepent's eye, and I just mouth silently, "Go with him."
I will step forward, place my hand on Xavier's shoulder, and just lean in. Look, I think Ness has a plan, and regardless, their ship is larger, they have cannons and arrows, but if you go, I'll go with you, and I know that you're stronger than him now. I made sure of it. But this is a battle we cannot win.
They throw a piece of plank that now makes its bridge from their ship onto yours.
I'll look at it and grab Nepent's hand and smile, and then in a bolt of lightning we will teleport onto there. Yep.
Ooh, power move. You'll see this flash of light as Xavier and Nepent, only Xavier or both of you?
Both of us.
Both of you make your way onto the deck of the Black Mask. You see, Corvain walks up and flanks you, and as he does, he lets his arms out of his cloak ever so slightly. You see the very strange sort of wrinkled, deformed right arm that he has from his atrophy many years ago. You see a shine beneath the cloak as he flanks you now and says, well, if your trip has made you grow this much more confident, then show me. Show me that you have what it takes to wield Dawn. Family blade of the Luminaris. Show me that you are not the kid that used to be locked up in that castle, that tower. No longer. And he pulls out a similarly shaped dual-bladed scimitar.
Oh shit!
This one is of black and red coloration. The sword, the dual-bladed scimitar made by your father Lucian in honor of Corvain as your master. The sword that is known to be on par with Dawn. This is Dusk. The
oh, that's so cool!
the Heronil family blade. And as the two of you take positions and he starts to go into a blade song, that is where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh fuck.
Oh, so cool.
I'm so afraid.
Oh.
Thank you, everybody.
Why
for
did we
coming.
waste my spells on that? On the spending? Oh no!
Every time you use sending, something happens.
And it was in my head the whole time, like, that's gonna happen later today.
So, some of those might have happened on a previous day.
Yeah. Alright, thank you everyone on stream for joining us. Thank you, Marowin, for sending me $10. I love you. Appreciate you. Join us back next week as we pick up from the events of today. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.